Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy for the Nintendo Switch.
Woohoo!
Brought to you by our friends over at Capcom.
Yay!
In today's episode, we're continuing Gumshoe's testimony and talking more about Maya's robes.
Ooh.
So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's justice for all time.
That's right, because justice is a dish best served by Phoenix Wright. In court.
Okay. All right, so during the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Duh. Sorry.
Wow.
Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed.
Wait a second. He didn't miss, he got her costume.
So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made what? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. Hang on a second.
Wait a second. Because they were too
I'm
close,
gonna present.
he missed.
Whoops.
Maya's costume, because there's no burn mark.
Exactly. Because gun holes are like fingerprints. They usually have gunpowder markings. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. What do you mean? It's blemish! This little hole has actually created a whole hole in your testimony.
Oh!
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point-blank range. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on the costume? Thank you very much. Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh!
Yeah, he did say that.
But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume.
Whoa.
That is very good point, Mr. Wright. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other, Your Honor.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away.
Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that?
Nope. As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe.
That's right, he would have been weakened.
The victim would not have been able to have the strength to push the defendant very far at all.
Well, then. That's right, the defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself.
That doesn't make sense.
And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense.
Everything makes sense to you, Judge.
What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think.
Something doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense.
We'll go with your gut.
Okay.
There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Yo!
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And then she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking.
Well, I mean, for me, I feel like he's saying that she was really close to him, then he pushed her a little bit away, but she was all the way over by the folding screen because there's a shot right there.
Yeah, there is a bullet hole in the folding screen. Let's go with that.
Okay.
This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that, a folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen.
Ah!
It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, where, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... What does it mean? When the shot was fired, Maya, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Oh my gosh, yeah, she must have been really low to the ground.
Order! Order! This changes everything! Please look at the diagram of the crime scene, Your Honor. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area.
I would say...
This is the folding screen.
That's the folding screen, so
This is the victim.
She had to be right near the folding screen, like in that, like around that area or something.
Okay, let's try this. She was standing here, near the folding screen.
What? Wait a second! We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? It isn't possible that the defendant was standing much... Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim, I mean?
No, that's impossible.
But why?
Whoa. You of all people should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Dracula. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Ah! Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright! You!
I believe it has now been proven that... Yes, the defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at.
Oh yeah, we went over the judge.
But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything.
Yes, it does. Because I think it...
Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen.
I mean, she wasn't trying to attack him.
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Whoops. All right, the rest of the trial should be in the... Blast radius of disaster?
You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile?
Detective! How dare you damage my perfect logic?
Huh? How is it all my fault?
You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later.
Punishment?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Have fun, Amber. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Woohoo! I only get to do 2 characters. Yes!
Oh
I'm so hyped for this. You have no idea. You have no idea the hypeness that I feel for this. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the music.
The hype is real.
Aw, there's little Maya. Actually, technically, she's 17-year-old Maya now, but...
Yeah.
Phew, that was a close one.
I know you were giving it all, your all to defend me, Nick. But I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air.
I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself.
But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Thanks. Wait, tricked?
That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart.
Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh?
Remember, Nick, you promised that you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghosts will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Oh, are you talking about Mystic Maya?
Ah! Ah!
Oh, I meant Mia.
Oh,
Ha 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 ha!
Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that.
June 21st, 11:43 a.m., District Courtroom, courtroom number 2.
and now I know how it feels.
Yeah, but you didn't have to do a parrot. Court will now reconvene. Now the first order of... Ah!
I don't want to hear it, old man.
Yes, ma'am.
After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, ma'am.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling.
No, no.
Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing?
A lot better than you. Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza! Name and occupation.
Wow.
Well, I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, here is a violence against my fair self going on.
That's fine. She's allowed to use a whip.
What? That's fine. That ain't fine. That is a whip. Ah! There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Now, let's all be one big happy family, all right?
Maybe if you got rid of the whip, Judge.
Nope. It's part of her personality, not happening. The witness's testimony.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. But we were waiting outside the door and then bang! We hear this gunshot. Mr. Lloyd there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
Okay. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Ah! Doesn't look like I care. Just hurry up and show your picture to the court.
The moment of truth. What will be in that picture?
Okay, let's see here. This here is the picture.
Okay. Ooh. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Looks like Maya's hair is like tremendously longer.
Oh yeah, a picture taken at the murder scene, added to the court record.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. I hope. Or this is going to be a very short proceeding.
All right, I think we should press all of Lotta's statements because I feel like she's definitely got more to say.
She's fun to talk to, so she said that first.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber.
Was it really only those two that went in?
What are you blabbering about? You were not there too. I mean, were you not there too? Were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them, Phoenix?
Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client?
Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the challenge chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue.
Okay.
We were waiting outside the door and then, bang, we hear this gunshot.
Hang on a sec. Was it really a gunshot? Wow.
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are you here listening to the defenses testify? And the world just becomes a little bit crueler.
I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I'll tell you, that was a gunshot that I heard. Now, this is where the story heats up.
Okay.
Mr. Loy there broke the door down and we rushed into the room.
Hold it! So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down?
Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then?
Yes, Miss Van Karma, I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see.
Let's see it right now,
The
Phoenix.
judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign.
Phoenix, why don't you demonstrate on the door? And what did you see once you broke in? Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around.
Hang on a second. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Press harder!
Yeah!
Lotta, please think back to that day one more time.
What you getting at?
Remember what you said when we broke into the room?
She said it didn't look like Maya. I was murdered.
Click. Lotta, at a time like this?
Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya?
When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct?
Well, you see...
Order, Miss Hart. You are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Good. This shifts things back to my side.
For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those two people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
What? Exactly.
Rats! I'm trapped like one again! Whoops.
I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure I am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so,
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey?
who else would it be?
Yeah, I know, right?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it too.
The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about behind the folding screen, behind the door, under the flooring?
Maybe behind the screen?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Choice A. What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
Wreck given.
What? What in the...
A wreck given, you know. You reckon that's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Reckon given, I mean, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you could stop saying such things as reckon...
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you?
Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough! It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
Interesting.
Or were they?
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture.
That's true.
However, if we think back about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I gonna do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me.
Maya!
Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo?
I don't feel like we have anything. If you want to try something, you can, but I don't think we have anything.
I can't present anything yet.
Okay.
Give it a shot. Well, Mr. Wright, nothing, Your Honor.
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up on trying to prove this is not Maya Fey.
I didn't say anything about giving up.
That's right.
I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument yet. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it is quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you. Totally 100% impossible.
Miss Van Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't protect Maya.
Maya!
The defense.
Wait, hopefully a tornado will hit the courtroom. Phoenix.
Ghost!
Phoenix, you can't make this kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets.
Mia! Ah!
I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say?
You're gonna give me a stroke! You, but pearls!
Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go.
But how? She's already taken away every advantage.
The advantage is still in your hands.
Say what now?
Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber, Phoenix. Do you remember what you told me yesterday?
Nope. Dr. Gray! Click.
I was murdered.
Nani? Click. Lotta, at a time like this...
Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots.
Yeah, I'll bet they are.
You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle.
What? Mia?
Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore,
It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have some place I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it.
No golf
Miss Hart,
today.
hurry and give us another testimony.
Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about now?
Please tell us once more what happened to you when you burst into the channeling chamber.
Oh, okay. You got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right?
Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through him. That thing's terrifying.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Witness's testimony, part 2.
Well, when we broke into the room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't really get a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Okay. Nothing sounds different from before. Are you kidding? Some parts of her testimony are very vague. I should press her on those sections.
Struggle all you like, as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting.
Wow. I like your Von Karma. It's really good.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right.
When we broke into the room, all I could focus on was Maya.
Yep.
I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't really get a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff.
Me too.
But I still managed to put my
Hold it! 2 right?
Two what?
2 shots. You took 2 shots.
Ooh, good job! She did take more than one.
But there's only one that's been submitted as evidence.
Whoa.
Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding?
Yeah, where's the other photograph?
Boom, 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 boom.
No, you've got it all wrong. It's not me. Ugh.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't mean anything bad. I know I could be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown the other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
Oh, snap!
What?
Nani? Von Karma! Gotcha.
Oh my gosh.
Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence? Unforgivable, Von Karma.
Oh, we got her now.
Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as dear old dad. Confront her!
Yeah! I want to see this.
Your Honor, the defense asks the prosecution Von Karma be held in contempt of court.
Whoa.
Well, ouch!
Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious.
But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's... That's not fair!
Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child?
She's cheating! I was so angry I lost my composure.
Oh my gosh.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court?
Oh my gosh. I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all.
How could you think?
She's lying. The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with a second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence.
More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that?
If you want to see it that badly, I guess I'll submit it.
You better. Lotta's second photo added to the court record.
Nice job, Luke! Whoa!
That's not Maya.
That does not look anything like Maya.
What is this? What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took at the day on the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important point here is the person in this picture. That is so certainly not Maya Fey.
Yeah! You tell her, Judge.
What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist the picture is not Maya? Insist!
Yes! Good job, Luke.
Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I can see that. I'm not blind. It's not just her face, but her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant.
Whoa! Yeah.
Order! 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 Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey.
Finally.
Mia! We did it!
You're too soft. You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face.
She's smiling?
I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit.
Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person?
She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
Ooh. It's unbelievable that she can...
Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in the state, she physically changes into the person that she's calling.
Whoa. My mind has officially been blown.
Miss Von Karma, a word if I may.
Mia!
Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place.
What is she...
From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case has become all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind.
But yes. I don't have even a single witty line.
It looks like we've been had, Phoenix.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant? With her tiny small body? Impossible. If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me.
She used illegal evidence to change the judge's mind.
Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? I could probably prove
I think we can prove it, Luke. There has to be a way because it's not her. Remember...
Your Honor. Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see.
Yeah!
The picture... Within the picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction?
So, you think you spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep.
Oh boy.
Why don't you point out where the problem is?
Wait a second. While there is blood on her robes, there's no bullet hole.
Oh my gosh, Luke, you're right. Oh my gosh.
But
Which sleeve was it on?
What sleeve was it on? Let's try this one.
I think.
Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. Yes, there is. And that is exactly what is so odd.
Ooh.
Something that should be there is suddenly missing.
Nice job. Should be there. Ah!
Haha. There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Yeah, because he can't fire twice, he's dead.
Yeah.
Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. All right, this should be some major damage to her argument.
Don't celebrate yet.
Dang it. Like to bring down the mood, don't you?
Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face, Phoenix.
Oh, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again.
Haha, jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
Say what now? What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? You best not be speaking about.
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I couldn't not have known that this picture was of any value to the case.
I see. She's lying through her teeth, and I know it.
She knew.
That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything.
But you can't prove that, Phoenix.
Get out of my head!
Franziska Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think?
I don't know.
Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming to him.
Yikes.
Ouch. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion.
Poor Gumshoe.
Oh my gosh.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. Yeah. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
That's not possible.
Exactly.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, all right?
Got it. Watch this, Maya. No idea what I'm doing. Your Honor. There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. This picture... The shooter is someone else, because the bullet hole was made later? That doesn't make any sense.
The shooter has to be someone else.
Booyah!
Maya's innocent.
The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a person... someone else altogether.
Yeah! What?
What?
I didn't...
What?
Just shut up.
Order! Order!
If
order is not restored, I will suspend this trial!
It's hard switching between them. Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess.
A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us.
Hey, witness!
Ow! Sorry.
What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you! You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see! Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we just say that you, I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from out of nowhere?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? All right, well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions, Mr. Wright. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right! Now, hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright.
I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name.
I know!
But I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Oh boy.
Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around, even now?
Turn things around? You just gave me a clue! That's right! Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective.
Phoenix.
So, where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow?
Yeah!
If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true...
Maybe she left the room before they broke in.
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you have come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the chamber is... What is going on? Don't do that. A third person had entered it. Maya had left the room. Something I can't explain yet.
I think it's one of the top two for sure.
Let's go with Maya had left the room.
Okay.
Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point.
This is so intense.
And the defense can prove this.
Oh? How a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams.
Wow.
Maya Fey was also... Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary.
Hey! Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant left the room. Dang it!
Well, Mia said we had the key all along.
Are you seriously the key?
I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, but whatever you want to use.
All right, we're gonna use this key.
It's my one chance in a million.
Miss Hart, do you remember this key?
Well, I've seen it. Hey! Oh, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door. Yeah, that's why we were all couldn't get the door open and stuff. That key's the only one of its kind after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, it looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in the room, then the key should have been with her when she was arrested.
That's right.
Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest.
It wasn't on her. Well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it then?
I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time.
Oh my gosh.
That's preposterous!
This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key that you see before you.
No!
Meh. All right. Oh, I have nothing to say. It seems we have come to an impasse.
And it's time for golf.
This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this the person, the defendant, or not? The person is arguing that this person is not the defendant. The defense, furthermore, has proof that this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Van Karma.
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case?
Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
She's bipolar.
I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here, in this courtroom, to a fool like you.
Somebody watches way too much Mr. T.
I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you'd like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. Now I have a movie to attend.
Yeah.
That is all. Court is adjourned. I hear Red October is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder why I like it so much. June 21st, 1:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis! Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly! I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know?
Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving the room. And I don't think that there was a third person, or that they could have gotten into the room.
Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance?
Yeah, I'm counting on you, Nick. Oh, I envy the two of you so much. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure thing. All right, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A ticket?
Poor little thing. She's so sheltered. To be continued. Wow, that was exciting.
Whoa! That was a great
Really
job,
good.
Capcom. That was a greatly written case.
Yeah, that was so much fun. All right, so anyway, guys and gals, that is going to do it for today's episode. Join us tomorrow as we head back to the Crine Village. I think that's
I think we are. We have to take Pearl back home.
Pearls. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out some of our other videos going up later today, and we'll see you with more Ace Attorney at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on KwingsLetsPlays.
Yay.
God bless and happy gaming.